Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and or good night. This is Genshin Impact English lesson number 43. We're continuing Liyue Act 2, Part 7. After all that Guizhong Ballista bickering, we're going back to Boo Boo Pharmacy. And plunge attack! Yeah, that was fun. And yeah, we're gonna talk to Cici again.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Coco Goat Adeptibeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
Sorry, Cici.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptibeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Hastily, adverb, with excessive speed or urgency, without thinking, like in this context, without thinking, I simply agreed to this just agreement. And then this next part, equitable, adjective, another way to say fair and just. In this sentence, I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an just agreement with the zombie child. And then the next part, due diligence. Due diligence, noun, this is a law term meaning a reasonable steps taken by a person in order to satisfy a legal requirement, especially in buying or selling something. Due diligence is conversational in some business, but a little more conversational if you're going into the law side of things. An interesting and an important phrase, if you ever get a lawyer anyway, a lot of the times what they do is, when they say this phrase, is take a precaution as an example sentence. So this is car insurance we're talking about. Maybe try kicking the tires or look under the hood for due diligence before you make any claims. That's how lawyers would say due diligence conversationally. Due diligence is used in many ways. Just in this context here, he means, I was too quick to make a just agreement with this zombie, but I should have taken a much more careful assessment because now I owe this zombie cocoa goat milk. What the heck is cocoa goat milk? Now he's stuck to make that requirement in this contract.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and, so how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
Kiddo, short for kid in American English.
No. Impossible.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Chi-Chi.
Might I ask who
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
I thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck.
Wacko,
What a
weirdo.
sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi.
Simpleton, noun. Another way of saying someone is a fool. Often a very gullible fool.
The medicine, the snake is speaking! I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent!
Also, Baizu is one of the best Dendro characters.
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last, things are finally starting to come together.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Whoa. 3 million? Jesus, man. We're gonna do the first option. Really? Come on.
You might as well just rob the Golden House. Oh, but the Cheesing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
When something is that outrageously priced, sometimes people say you might as well just rob a bank or something just because of that money. So it's a natural reaction in some cases when someone says in real life, oh my god, you might as well just rob a bank, even though they don't mean to rob.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
Innocuous adjective, meaning not harmful or offensive. While I disagree with Zhongli's example, he's saying that's not an offensive number. I could deal with that price, no problem. I would say it's not that conversational anymore, but maybe for scientific safety and or professional areas, sometimes innocuous is said. Here's how it is used. For safety, the sentence would be, the lab tests confirmed the substance was innocuous at low doses. At a glance, it's a fancy, formal word of saying harmless.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much more. And as for Mr. Zhang Li, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to child?
Oh, yes, we do. 20 minutes later.
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
And he's playing with us.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into.
Help, he's racking up the price.
Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future.
Yeah, so here, audacity has two definitions, both used as a noun. One, a willingness to take bold risks, and two, a rude or disrespectful comment, behavior. Child is saying, forgive my rudeness. Best examples are like, oh, he had the audacity to go bungee jumping for his vacation. Another example for rudeness would be, wow, he had the audacity to speak up against the CEO during a business lunch.
If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, The Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
That reminds me, I'm out of whole milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 mora.
That's an oddly specific number.
Difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million.
That's hardly a discount.
Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, Little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope. What have I missed?
Eavesdropping, verb, to secretly hear conversations without their consent. This slow-mo makes it even worse.
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia?
What is he planning?
I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Ooh, and he's kind of threatening us without us knowing. Still gives me semi-chills. And yes, Act 2 is usually very long than the other acts. We're still continuing the Guizhong mission, it appears like, despite this conversation at the Boo Boo Pharmacy. And we're going right back over here. What a lovely view. In case you took a break or something, and you're coming back, I recommend you check your achievements if you've got any. Do that all the time. LOL. Yep, we're all good. I'm good. Lisa has a burst. That's wonderful. And a beautiful view. Man, I made a really good chai today. I'm very proud about that. And then we're gonna plunge attack. Right over here. Are you ready? I'm ready. 3, 2, yeah! Plunge attack! That looks awesome. Alright, OG, I think we got everything. We acquired everything, right? Better not be anything else? Let's see what he says.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense. The completion of our preparations is not far off.
Whew, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
It's been an odd journey, but I like it.
Odd?
Yeah, not sure we've been living the high life.
Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, I've decided...
Ruminate, verb over here, means to think deeply about something. It is used semi-often in some formal occasions. Said mostly by older folks talking about their vacation. And then we went over this word before, remuneration. Noun, money paid for work or a service.
To treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the mora this time. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall, adjacent to the phrase hidden gem, saying, oh, there's a little awesome place here. There is a little deeper meaning to it, though. In most cases, in American English and British English, this is to describe like a hard restaurant to find in the big city. There's a little hole-in-the-wall restaurant right over there. They have the best Indian food. You have to try it out.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
Yay, we get to relax and eat. And we should get, an achievement and some primos. 30 primos. Oh dear. Keep racking them up. One pull, then you'll be ready. Right over there. Sorry, I just have to see it. Yes. Alright, now do we want to glide or do we want to teleport there? I think I'm gonna... Yeah. Too far. Too far. I'm lazy today. Okay, and then we're gonna talk to Zhongli. Hey Zhongli, send me some golden shrimp balls. What? I have to sit there? Oh, and she stood up.
Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so.
What if I'm allergic?
Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice.
Unorthodox, adjective, simply just means contrary to what is usual. Untraditional. In this sentence, Zhongli is just saying the owner would kind of roll his eyes if he had to take a fruit juice order. And, in real life, in restaurants, because we could use this word in restaurants, in real life scenarios, it could be a good thing such as, oh, what a rare unorthodox order. I never thought of ordering samosas for someone who doesn't have samosas. It could be slightly negative too, such as not every Mediterranean restaurant has falafel, so it would be unorthodox to order falafel at a Mediterranean restaurant which does not have falafel on their menu. I mean, in-game this is a good example just because the word unorthodox is more frequently used when you're kind of at a restaurant and people are complimenting your order most of the time.
I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
Ooh, yay, thank you.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguang's Jade Chamber.
Hey, there's even a storyteller here! Great atmosphere!
Besides fine wine, excellent ambiance is the reason why this place is so well loved. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other establishments.
Ambiance, noun, derives from French, meaning in this context, when you go to a restaurant, it is the feel of the restaurant. Ambiance is the first thing you're going to notice when you enter a restaurant, such as their walls, paintings, music, among other things.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds, a palace in the mist. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky.
All-seeing could mean all-knowing, too.
Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide. They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted three to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it.
A fairly understandable cutscene. Here's what to break down. Confidants, noun. Like how every woman needs her confidants, her bestest of friends. Confidants means someone who's very close to you and you share all of your secrets. Later in the story, you'll learn that Yelan is Ningguang's bestest confidant. In a conversational setting, it would be more like, let's say you're the CEO, you have a very private assistant, you need another private assistant, you're trying to describe to that private assistant in a sentence, yes, you will meet my other private assistant, whom is my confidant. That's usually how it would be used. In case you are going to go into the private assistant industry, you may work up to being a confidant. Do not believe that you can make this title right away, though. That's really the main word to cover, but the other one was sift, verb, means to carefully examine, evaluate, and or filter information, usually with accuracy, very efficiently. Example in conversation, a lawyer saying to his boss, saying that I had to sift through blah 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 code to ensure that my client broke this law, not this other law. Last one's easy, shavings, noun, another way to say 2 pieces. More specific to the material, just because you could shave paper and shred it.
These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping 1 or 2 of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom, enough to stay a step or 2 ahead of your peers.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot.
Ningguang is very important. We're pretty close to meeting her, actually.
Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the Rite of Dissension.
In case you might be wondering, what the freak is Exuvia? Visions? So, no, Exuvia is not vision related. It refers to Rex Lapis's inanimate dragon-like shell, or his shedded skin. A lot of new players do get confused around this point just because they try to learn what a vision is. Not vision related. Just imagine a dragon scale dead snake skin. That is basically what is Exuvia. I mean, that kind of gets me excited.
Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Wait, I am not with the Millilith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Chising. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yue High Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you.
Emissary, noun, is usually a person sent on a special mission to act as a representative or agent or messenger.
Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
She is also goat milk.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full.
Duty bound, she's just here on orders, and she would be a little more gratuitous, but that's all she can do for now. And you know, within the enterprise industry, there are some situations like this where, as you see here, I cannot extend my courtesy to you in full, meaning that normally if they have a guest or something or whatever business, they would have like a standard, very hospitable thing, like, oh, here's a courtesy breakfast. But nope, you're gonna talk to my boss over here. There's no breakfast meeting. Sorry about that.
But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. It extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here. I wish to meet him. At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Snip, verb, little, to take little pieces of. As if like, you know, when you snip rose petals, does he love me not? No. Yes, he loves me so. And yay, we finally finished Act 2.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared. But we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. Paimon still can't believe it. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. And that's our English lesson for today. I'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching. We'll continue to Liyue Act 3, Part 1, English Lesson 44. To reach Adventure Rank 28, what I did was doing a week of exactly finding treasure and doing my dailies. Bye. Au revoir. 再见.
Yawning without covering your mouth. Uncouth.